Yes, I remember it was a cold, rainy February day, and I had like 20 things to get done. And I thought, let me just go get my mammogram, check it off the list. It was something I had been needing to do for a month or so. And I remember the radiologist immediately kind of took me back there and showed me the pictures, and it's like, it just all happened really quick. We went for more tests and more biopsies, and it all happened really quick. And I remember that it was a Friday, and I remember Roy and my mom and dad and my sister were there with me at the appointment, and we all were crying. And that next morning I just went for a run, and just the tears came. Crying and crying and crying, and that big lump in my throat. And but it felt good to just acknowledge what was going to go on, and just feel afraid. We just set them down, and we said a prayer, and we read a Bible verse out of Psalms, and we just told them that Mom had a little cancer, and that God was going to take care of it, and we were going to have to get treatment, but that God would be with us. Well, definitely my faith in God, number one. I was going through a Bible study at that time, and my Bible study leader went through breast cancer the year before. And she told me, Tracy, your whole life you've been taught, God is there, He'll be with you, you have this faith, and now it's time to act on that faith. And so that was number one. But also, of course, my family, my friends, my life group. Like that day I went for a run, I stopped at my sister's house, and my life group and my sister, they were having a meeting about like, okay, you're going to do this, and you're going to do this, and who's going to make the t-shirts, and who's going to do the food. And they just I knew immediately that I wasn't on the journey all by myself, that I had a team of people that were with me. And that felt really good knowing that. And it was kind of like a marathon, because you feel like some days I can do this and I'm strong, and then other days you think, wow, I've still got 12 weeks to go. And so that was hard, but I knew every morning God gave me like that manna I needed, like a little bit or a lot that day, but I knew that He was there with me. Even in the hardest thing you can go through, He was there for me, and I felt His presence in like a sweet, comforting way that I've never felt before. Well, that God, of course, was going to be there with me no matter what, and that, I guess, I don't know how to say it, but just even in the darkest, hardest of times, that God is there for you, and He will carry you through. And just, I don't know, that maybe I needed to get away from myself and how I thought my life was going, to more of God's plan and trusting in His journey for me, and then I just had to kind of trust going on the journey with Him. Well, of course, just all the things my friends and family did, I remember one day Roy and the kids were outside playing baseball, catch, and the sun was setting, and I remember just crying, thinking, am I going to get to enjoy this next year? Am I going to get to enjoy life, but I feel God's presence, in everything around me. I felt like He was there, and was just holding my hand, and I could trust Him, but just the sweet things, like I know every Tuesday I could expect a text from someone, or a Sonic drink on my porch, or a meal, and my family was just taken care of, so I didn't have to worry about them. I knew my church family was taking care of that. I couldn't have done it without everyone's help. I wouldn't have wanted to.